So the Mavic Mini Fly app is now available for download on Google and Apple Store. You can now download it as it's available on November 11th, 2019. If you purchased Mavic Mini drone, you should already received it or in a couple of days. Now, I was wrong about some of the features I mentioned about a week ago. I'm going to talk about it and why I'm still not going to purchase Mavic Mini. Let's talk about it. Okay, so Mavic Mini Fly app has now been released. You can now download it and update the firmware for the drone, so it's ready to go. Now, let me talk about my previous video that I got it wrong about Mavic Mini. Okay, so one thing I got wrong is that Mavic Mini is not noisy compared to the Spark or the Mavic Air. Rick from the Drone Valley did a test, and it shows that Mavic Mini is actually less noisy than Spark and Mavic Air. And I looked at the video and listened to it, and definitely I was wrong about that, and I apologize. It's actually better. Okay, now comparable to the Mavic 2 Pro, but Mavic 2 Pro has a different frequency, a lower pitch versus Mavic Mini. So this would be a positive thing for me. I would definitely buy Mavic Mini because of the sound. As not as noisy as the Spark and the Mavic Air. However, this is not the only reason why I didn't want to purchase it. Another thing that came to light is that Mavic Mini has geofencing, which I didn't know about. Somebody brought that up in the video, and to me that's not as important, but some of you may find that quite offensive because it feels like it's a 250 or less drone anyway, and they shouldn't have this limit or restriction. But to me, that's actually a good thing for us drone pilots, because you don't want some new flyers to fly in the restricted airspace because they don't understand about the drone laws, and it can cause havoc to us drone flyers who have a pilot license, right? So I think on DJI's part, that's a good thing. In fact, they are trying to protect themselves from liability issue, right? Like, people who are, crazy flying into restricted airspace and very careless. In some way, that's a good thing. But to me, it's not the reason why I didn't want to purchase. The reason why I didn't purchase Mavic Mini has to do with the manual control of the video. So it doesn't allow you to control manually the ISO, the white balance, and the shutter speed. To me, that's very important. As you can see, I have these three drones: the Mavic Air, the Mavic 2 Pro, and the Phantom 4 V2. So they're amazing drones. They're like semi-professional drones. The Mavic Air, for example, I like to fly a lot for short distance shot, narrow space shot. So anything that's requires a well-controlled, spaced shot where there's a lot of object that the other two big drone can't fly into. So Mavic Air is amazing for that. Okay, now the reason why I was going to get Mavic Mini was it was less than 250 grams, so I could fly even closer, like closer than 5 meters to people or over people, because with less than 250 grams, as long as you fly safely, you can fly over people and close to more than 5 meters. But you have to be safe about it, right? So that's why I was going to buy it. But the problem is, because I'm doing filming, I want to have full control of the video mode. In other words, ISO, shutter speed, and white balance, and it doesn't have that. In addition, I was hoping that, I thought actually that they should have active track built in, and I realized I didn't have that. And that's the point of small drones, right? So they can follow you. I didn't mind that if they limit Mavic Mini to like even 200 meters, because that's what Mavic Mini, like small drones like Mavic Air 2, like for me, that's for a film independent filmmaker. I think distance is not a problem for us, right? We want this very specific shot, and so we wanted a shot that it's a close-up shot really, and drone aerial shot view would be awesome. And so having active track would be amazing on the Mavic Mini, and the Mavic Air, for example, has that feature. The only problem that because I have a basic drone license in Canada, I can only go close no more than 30 meters. With Mavic Mini, I could go closer than that. So that's why, you know, I was gonna buy Mavic Mini for that purpose. Thinking that it have active track and the manual control video, so it didn't have that, and that's the only reason. And some of you mentioned that, you know, it's not for me. Yeah, it's not for me. I have these 3 semi-pro drones, and I just want additional Mavic Mini to do that specific shot close to people, over people. But no, they didn't make that. So I was disappointed. Okay. Anyways, I know that some of you already purchased Mavic Mini, and that's a great thing. I think it's a great drone for, you know, family vacation, for, you know, general photography is amazing, right? Like if you're doing photography, Mavic Mini is an amazing drone. You can have control manually to the ISO, and the shutter speed. But in terms of video, if you're okay with, you know, controlling and locking the exposure, that's all right, right? I guess you can do with it. But if you want precise precision in your videos, then you might want to consider getting something, or wait till DJI come up with something. Hopefully it's just firmware, and then change that, and we can all, including myself, enjoy that Mavic Mini. Okay, but I wish you the best. Those who have Mavic Mini, I think it's an amazing drone. If you don't care so much about the manual control of the videos and active track, right? Thanks for watching EducateTube.com.